because this is just like,
This is Nate's prize one.
What are you up to today?
You think that's the best spot for the camera, has that?
last time there was a meeting in,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to thank you very much for coming this evening. And for those of you that will be viewing this at home, we appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully we'll be rerunning this several times over the next few weeks or even months for your benefit. What we're doing here tonight is to have the first public hearing of the Facilities Use Master Plan Committee, otherwise known as F.U.M.P. And what we have done, again, this is where we're starting to bring things to a head in a culmination of almost 2 years of work and effort on the part of your elected and appointed officials in relation to identifying and what the actual needs are of our community in relation to our physical facilities. As most of you are aware, we have a need for new schools and police station and a few other things which we're going to touch upon this evening. But again, this evening's format is going to be, we're looking for input. We're looking for public input. We're looking for to answer any questions that you may have. We're looking to dispel any rumors there may be out there, and hopefully facilitate the implementation of basically a master plan to meet the physical facility needs of the community over the next 25 years. What I'd like to do is just run through a brief presentation, which is very similar to the one that was presented at the April town meeting of this year. And then what we'll do is we're going to turn it over to each one of the individual groups here responsible for each facet of facilities that are going to be presented to the public, just for a brief overview as to what is going to be presented, and then we'll open it up for questions and comments, and hopefully we can keep you well informed. And again, this is just going to be the first one. As we mentioned earlier, in the year we were planning at least 2 of these public hearings. If we feel there's a need, we will schedule some additional ones over the summer. And what our timeline again is, we're hoping to do is present some sort of a package for consideration to the voters at the October town meeting, and then at the November election, which is at the same time as the presidential election, for whatever the override package is going to be. With that, I'd like to start with just the overview of the Facilities Use Master Plan. Again, over 2 years ago, we had a proposal for a new school at Swan Pond, which was put forth and for whatever reason did not prevail at the ballot box. And as a result of that, and a result of the input and surveys that were taken, one of the things that your elected and appointed officials heard loud and clear was that you wanted to have an overall idea as to what our plan was going to be and what our needs were going to be over the next at least 25 years. So the mission of F.U.M.P. was to develop a comprehensive plan for the public facilities needs for the town for the next 25 years. The membership of F.U.M.P. is made up of the Board of Selectmen, 2 members of the Board of Selectmen, the School Committee, Finance Committee, School Building Committee, Police Station Study Committee, Police Station Building Committee, Historic District Commission, Community Planning Commission, the Superintendent of Schools, and the Town Administrator. And the focus of our group of the study was to review the town facilities needs, review the options that would be presented that we had as far as the existing facilities that we need, the need for new facilities, list the priorities as to time-wise when we had to implement things and meet certain goals and deadlines in relation to school enrollment, populations which again continues to grow, when would we have to implement these things, calculate the cost, develop timelines, determine the tax impact of debt service on these particular projects, and deliver a unified report. The key facilities needs for a new elementary school, police station, bachelor school reuse, secondary schools, which would be the middle and the high school, the Spindler DPW complex, Murphy Center Town Hall reuse, and then the fire station. We'll get into why we arrived at certain consensus on certain projects in the question and answer period, and even during the discussion with the members of F.U.M.P. But what's being presented here to you tonight is what F.U.M.P has come up as a consensus of the body. It's what to be presented. And the consensus was, again, a new elementary school at the Swan Pond site, and that would replace the bachelor school, would meet the enrollment and program needs. It would include 29 classrooms, pre-K through grade 5, hold 560 students, and again, we're anticipating 64% reimbursement eligibility. A new police station, replace the existing station. New location would be behind the current town hall, which is the Murphy Center on North Street. It would accommodate the department's needs and comply with the current standards necessary to operate such a facility in the department. One of the main questions, again, was the reuse of the bachelor school. What was going to happen to that facility if we're going to vacate it? The school use ends, maintain the historic building itself. What we're talking about is returning town hall to the center of town into that facility, in addition to providing the school administration with space, which is badly needed. They're located currently in the middle school. Again, that space is going to be needed for classrooms. The middle school, again, we have an increase, which again is evidenced by the fact that we have to do something at elementary school level, and kids do get older and do move up into the middle school and the high schools. We're going to meet the enrollment and program needs. The middle school, renovate the building, relocate the central administration, again, the superintendent and business manager's office, to the bachelor school. It would house grades 6 through 8, 700 plus students, and would be eligible for state reimbursement. In the high school, same thing. Meet enrollment and program needs, expand and upgrade the core facilities, grades 9 through 12, 800 plus students, and meet community and civic needs, and again would be eligible for state reimbursement. The Spindler DPW complex, again, is also in need of expansion. We're hoping to centralize the town vehicle maintenance facility down there and upgrade the facilities itself. So that's included in something that we're going to have to be doing within the next time frame, in the next 25 years. Again, we're looking to do that over the next 5 years. The Murphy Center itself, which now currently houses the town halls, town hall would relocate to the bachelor. The town would retain this property. Potential community uses would be cultural center, recreation youth center, community meeting space, and senior activities. And also, we would retain the potential to lease or rent the property as we had done previously when it was first vacated as an elementary school. Again, F.U.M.P determined at this particular time we would not put the facility up for sale. We retain it for public use. Fire station. The police department would vacate that particular facility. We retain a central location for the fire department and renovate the building. And the fire department would again retain that facility, the public safety facility, as the fire department in total. And what we also did is we had to determine a timeline as to when we thought we were going to need these particular facilities, how long it would take to build them, and we have a projected timeline which we will touch upon this evening, which basically takes us from the year 2000, the current year, through 2007. Again, one of our charges, again, part of our mission was to determine the projected cost. And what we have is we have updated the numerous studies and plans that we have developed over the last 9 years or so. We've had them all updated as to current costs, as to what it would do to implement the current plan is going to be presented. And we have it broken down for principal and interest payments, and then what we're anticipating for reimbursement levels. And we have the total cost, and then the average tax impact on a $1,000 valuation. The next steps for F.U.M.P and for the community is to complete the feasibility studies, refine the cost estimates that we have the public hearings, of which tonight is the first. Again, we scheduled one for tonight, and also in September. Again, we may do another one in between if we think it's warranted. We must develop a warrant article for the October town meeting and a ballot question for the November election by August. So that will be done. October town meeting would have to give approval to whatever is going to be presented. And then the debt exclusion vote would take place on November 7th, which is the presidential election date. Okay. What we're looking to do here tonight is to give you an overview as to the proposal which F.U.M.P is putting forth for your consideration. We're looking for your input. While a considerable amount of effort has been put into this, nothing is cast in concrete or stone. We are still looking for input, and we're also looking to inform you so that when it comes time for the October town meeting and the November election, hopefully you will have a comfort level that the proposal that's being put forth is in the best interest of the community as a whole, and that everybody's had a significant amount of input. You're going to be hearing a lot from members of this group and organization. Again, we're available to you basically 7 days a week. My phone rang tonight, just before I came here. For anything that you have, any questions that you may have. And we are seeking it. We need your input. We need your help. We also need your support for whatever the proposal is going to be put forth in October and in November. And with that, what we're going to do is we're going to go down project by project. I'm going to have representatives of different groups just give you a brief overview, probably five minutes or so on each one of the components, and then we'll just wrap it up and open it up for questions and comments. With that, what I'd like to do is I'd like to call on Marcy Bailey, a member of the School Building Committee, to present the overview on the Swan Pond School proposal. Marcy?
Hi, I'm Marcy Bailey, member of the School Building Committee. The School Building Committee is pleased to be a part of F.U.M.P's master plan, which will address the needs of the capital plans in North Reading for the next several decades. And we'd like to give you a brief tour tonight of how the need for the new school arose and also how it will meet the needs of the elementary school children in North Reading. As you've heard for several years now, space at the Batch is very tight and woefully in need of significant repair. The Batchelder School currently, as you can see by the yellow on the screen, hopefully that's clear to everyone there, has 4 modular classrooms. Next year, part of the library will be taken to provide another section of one of the grades in the school. The new school will have 24 classrooms, filling that need. So you can see that the students are already there. This doesn't project out what's going to happen in 10 or 20 years and whether they will get here or not. They're here, and the school is designed to meet that need. The school is also not aimed to build a Taj Mahal for this town. The students are there, as you can see, and they will be moved from the Batch directly in, and there may be some redistricting in spots to adjust the class sizes across the town. This is a town-wide issue, not just for the Batchelder students and the Batchelder community. Another issue with the Batch, besides the lack of classrooms, is meeting the state standards and maintaining parity among the 3 schools in North Reading. If you look here, and forgive me, but this is a little small, but you can see basically the lines extending upward from the left bar graph to the right. The classrooms at the Batch are significantly smaller than those at the Little and the Hood. They're also significantly smaller than state standards. So the new school at Swan Pond will bring them up to standard, and to be eligible for state reimbursement, whether the Batch were renovated or we build a new school, the classrooms have to be built to size of state standard, including sizes for gym, cafeteria, and other specialty areas in the school. So you can see here that there's a shortage of some 14,000 square feet from the Batch to current state standards, and it's important that we maintain parity for students among all the 3 elementary schools in North Reading.
Excuse me, Darcy, can those lights be lowered, or is that needed for the camera?
I'm sure they could, the ones right in front.
I think it'd be easier to see.
Yeah, is that the switch up over there?